happy birthday, Harry.
Yes.
40. We all know that's not allowed. He's not allowed to be 40.
He's not allowed to be 40, not at all.
No.
All right, so I'm going to check in and see who is with us. You guys want to start talking about the chapter? What chapter did we start on?
Chapter 16.
That's right.
Through the trapdoor. Yes.
So let's find that one. Through the trapdoor.
But before they go through the trapdoor, what are they finishing? Their exams, right?
Their
That's
first
right,
year
that's
exams.
Mm-mm-mm.
And Harry's not sure how he got through any of them.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Because he kept thinking that either Voldemort's going to burst in any moment, because now they would get past Fluffy. Oh, but he was alive and well behind the locked door, so nothing happened yet.
Fluffy is a good dog.
Yes.
Doing the job. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Everett. It's good to have you with us this morning.
So Snape's sense of irony for making them try and remember how to make a forgetfulness potion.
I know. I love it.
That's
I feel
gotta be
like
the
he does that every year just for his own amusement.
I would. I feel like that has got to be
How
the
do you
hardest one.
remember how to make a forgetfulness potion?
Well, you don't take the potion, that's for sure.
Yep.
Aw, thanks. We love the banners too.
Yay!
We thought they were appropriate.
Yes, definitely.
Let's see here. Voldemort scared them. Last exam was History of Magic, 1 hour of answering questions of batty old wizards who had invented self-stirring cauldrons, and they were free.
Hey, I gotta say, a self-stirring cauldron, that's pretty good though.
I know.
Think of all the cakes you could make if you didn't have to wear your arm out.
Exactly.
That's
I
what standing
mean-
mixers are for.
Exactly. But they don't like using Muggle technology, so they gotta make their own thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet you, Miss Molly, Miss Weasley, she has so many of those.
Yep.
Yeah. To be fair, I like my standing mixer.
You like your standing?
I do.
See, there you go.
Well, it's almost a self-stirring cauldron. Yes.
It pretty much is. You should just label it that.
All
Oh, hi,
right.
Gloria. Hi, Yasir. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay, let's see here. We go sit outside in the glorious sun and watch the Weasley twins tickle the giant squid. Normal day. Normal day at Hogwarts.
A normal day at Hogwarts.
Yes, yes.
That's correct. That's correct. See
Yep.
if we have a picture. Probably not.
Probably not, sadly.
No, no
We don't have too many
picture.
pictures. Yeah.
Our next picture is of the good pupper.
Oh, look at Fluffy.
He's a good doggo.
Oh.
Doing the job.
Okay, let's see
And
here.
that's what happens while they're sitting outside enjoying the sunshine, that Harry feels he's forgotten something.
He's just missing something.
He's just, there's something he feels like oh.
He watches a piece of mail comes in and then suddenly jumps to his feet.
He's got it.
He's thinking, Hagrid would never betray Dumbledore.
Intentionally.
What does Hagrid love? How did he get that dragon egg?
How did he? Who just walks around with a dragon egg?
Especially when they're illegal. They're
Especially.
banned. So, yeah.
So Harry jumps into action, and what does he do?
Runs to Hagrid and tries to find out what they talked about. Let's see here. His cloak was up, which is not unusual with the Hog's Head.
Yeah.
Might have been a dragon dealer. It's illegal, so okay. Anyway. He got Hagrid drunk, and then wanted to know if he could take care of a dragon, so he was talking about his other creatures. Told him about Fluffy. Did he seem to be interested in Fluffy? Well, how many three-headed dogs do you meet?
Not very many.
2. Fluffy and, Cerberus? How do you pronounce it?
Cerberus?
Cerberus. Yes.
Cerberus.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
And then he tells them and the person he was talking to in the pub how to get past Fluffy.
And he didn't mean to. He wasn't saying this is how you get past the dog.
They were just talking about ferocious animals and how they really weren't that ferocious.
And he wanted to make sure,
All
the guy
these
with the
creatures.
cloak up wanted to make sure that he wasn't giving a dragon egg to someone who couldn't
Exactly.
handle it.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So yes, Fluffy goes right to sleep with a bit of music.
Mm.
And finally Harry says they should go to Dumbledore.
Because now he's really horrified. I mean, come on. People now, they know how to get past Fluffy. Oh.
And Harry knows this. Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they know that somebody else knows. So what do? You go to the headman. You try and...
Yes.
But what happens, you guys?
Well, one, they don't know where his office is. They haven't been
How do
dragged
you
to the
not-
headmaster's
Right.
office yet.
So are they
Yet.
good kids at that point?
It's like,
So they're sort of standing around, probably looking a little shifty because everyone else is outside enjoying that lovely day. So
That's right.
And they're in a cold Scottish castle. Yeah, no wonder the teachers think they're up to something.
So McGonagall tells them not to worry about it, be on your way, and then they run into Snape,
Yes.
who almost catches them talking about him.
Mm-hmm. And he warns them. Especially to Harry, he warns them and says, if I find you out and about, make no mistake, I will make sure you are expelled.
We don't want any of that.
No.
Harry doesn't want any of that.
No, and they lost, oh no, yes, and they lost all those points, remember?
They did. So nobody's talking to them right now
Yeah.
because of that.
So let's see. They have a plan. Hermione goes to the staff room to see Snape when he leaves. And Hermione wonders why her.
Yes.
Well, because it's not uncommon for Hermione to be asking questions when, the exams are over.
Well, Ron suggested she would do it because she'd go to Professor Flitwick and say, oh, Professor Flitwick, what about that question 14B, And, and that way she could keep an eye on Snape and see if
Right.
he goes somewhere. But what happens?
And then, let's see, Harry and Ron try to go stand outside the door of the third floor corridor because that's not going to catch any attention.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not conspicuous at all.
So the minute they get there, they run into Professor McGonagall, who probably followed them, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, she was watching them
She
the whole
was
time.
probably watching them, yes, I think so.
And they
What
have
did-
to tell her. They have to tell her what's up.
Well, and not only that, but remember, what did she threaten him with? She was going to take another 50 points
That's right.
from her own house.
Strict.
No.
She means well, though, McGonagall.
Oh,
She's
yes.
just trying to teach.
Yes.
But they tell her. They tell her the whole thing. And what does she do?
Other than yell at them quite a few times. Tells them that it's well protected, and she tells them that you think you're harder to get past than a ton of enchantments.
Yes.
To
Exactly.
be fair, 2 11-year-olds in front of a door would not be super,
No, not at all.
not to a full-grown adult.
Maybe they could
Like, down the
yell.
way, shoot.
Maybe they could yell about it.
Yeah.
Especially boys that haven't hit their growth spurt at 11
Yeah.
normally.
Our little sort of little ones. Yeah.
Shove them out of the way.
I don't know. If Hermione were there and she were to burst into tears like she does a lot in this book, and that would scare away quite a few people. Everyone's afraid of tears at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. They go back to the common room, and Harry says Hermione's on Snape's tail. Then Hermione comes in.
Yep.
So that's when Harry says, that's it. He has got to go there.
He's got to go and make sure it's safe.
Yes. He's got to get that stone first.
All right.
And what did the other two say?
Other than you're insane?
They said, we'll go with you.
Yeah.
They tell him he's a little insane first.
Well, they
Oh,
do,
yeah, for
and
sure.
they say because they can be expelled. I mean, come on.
But they're true friends. They tell him that they're going to go with him.
Because Harry's explanation to them is that, don't you understand? There isn't going to be any Hogwarts
Exactly.
if Voldemort gets...
A body.
Ew. Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. If Voldemort comes back, it doesn't matter if you're
Nope.
expelled or not. You're not going to be able to go to the Hogwarts we all know and love.
Exactly.
Let's see. And then Hermione says she will not ever be expelled because she apparently blew the curve in Flitwig's class.
What was it? 112%?
12% on her test.
112%.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did that in a class before. No one liked me. Thankfully, he didn't use my name. But it's one of those big 90-person biology classes.
Oh, yeah.
And I came in not late, but a little later than a few minutes late. Later than before class started, but a few minutes later than I normally was. And all the kids around me were. I was like, "What?" And he's like, "They were like, oh yeah, the teacher came in and pointed to your chair and said that you blew the curve and you had like 105% on the test." I'm like,
Oh, no.
"Oh, okay." Okay. So yeah, he said there was no curve because someone had blown it. Thankfully, he didn't use my name to the entire 90 students.
But he did point your chair out.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Well, Hermione needs no help. If anybody says someone made 112, everybody knows it was Hermione.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see here. Sat in the common room till everyone left. They got the cloak and the flute.
Yes.
And the flute, and Harry's flute, just in
Yes.
case, because he did not feel like singing.
Probably safest.
Yeah.
Let's see here. They put the cloak. Are they going to put the cloak on? And then a voice from the corner of the room.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Who is it, you guys?
Dear Neville.
Oh, it's Neville, and he's finally standing up to people.
Yes.
But he's not supposed to stand up to them, Ron says.
But he's standing up for Gryffindor, for
He
the house,
is.
because he's saying they're going to lose more points. That he's got to try and stop them. And Harry tells him, though, it's really important. But
Neville's ready to fight, though. He's got
Neville's
his fists
like-
up. He's ready, but he forgets.
Yes.
He forgets that he's magic,
mm,
and they are
mm,
too.
Yeah.
And Hermione puts a full body bind
Ah.
on him. Ugh, bless his heart. I just have to imagine that that's like sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Like when you wake up in your body, you can't move your body, but you're awake. I've got to
He's
think
like-
that's what it feels like.
Oh no.
What could he possibly be thinking about when he's frozen?
Yes,
I don't know how long it lasts.
Okay.
Jessica, I see you said Elliot does not like this part for Neville. He really likes Neville. We really like Neville
we
too.
like Neville, and so do Harry and Ron and Hermione.
That's their friend,
And that's why they feel so bad. Hermione feels so bad doing that.
and she apologizes.
Apologizes.
It's
Yes.
just not enough, though.
I know.
It's
know.
okay. They get to be better friends
Oh,
later.
yeah.
They make up
yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Neville gets his reward in the end.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I guess you would spend the whole time thinking, I want to move, please.
Yeah, you would just lay there, like, trying to move your extremities a little at a time. Like, can I move my finger?
Trying to crinkle your nose.
Yeah.
Can
Trying to move your mouth.
I?
The little things that you can normally move. Let's see.
Mm-mm-mm.
Leaving him motionless on the floor did not feel like a good omen. Every statue was a Filch. Every breath of wind was Peeves.
I would have had to move Neville to the couch. I would have had to pick him up and put him on the couch. Or, like, have them help me put him on a comfortable position.
At least they turned him over because
Yeah.
he was lying face down.
He was. So they did that at least. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. They run into Mrs. Norris and are tempted to kick her. But,
Ron wants to kick her. Okay, PSA, Daily Soapbox. Do not kick animals.
No.
Do not kick animals,
No.
no matter how mean they are, no matter how much you
No.
feel like you want to. It's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. It's not good for anybody.
No.
Be nice to animals. Okay, I'm done.
All right. But
let's
who
see.
else do they run into? Peeves. Oh.
Loosening a carpet. Because apparently there's
course.
nothing else to do in Hogwarts in the middle of the night.
Of course not. Well, Peeves has been there for how long? He's already done everything.
Let's see
So
here.
what does Harry do?
Well, Peeves knows they're there. He can't see them,
Yes. I
but he knows they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry had a sudden idea in a hoarse whisper.
Who wants to do it? Who wants to do it?
Okay. I have business here, Peeves, croaked Harry. Stay away from this place tonight. Oh, I will, sir. I most certainly will, said Peeves, rising up in the air again. Hope your business goes well, Baron. I'll not bother you. And he scoots off. Woo!
Right, so Harry pretends to be the Bloody Baron.
Oh, my goodness.
The only person in school that Peeves is afraid of.
Exactly.
To be fair, he is covered in ghostly blood.
And chains, right?
And
Yes,
chains. Yes, chains.
Yes. And he has a scary face.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Ooh, ooh.
The one Hogwarts ghost that we're all terrified of. I feel.
Let's see here. Get to the
Probably.
third floor corridor. Door is already ajar. Snape has already gotten past Fluffy. And as they push the door a little bit more open, low thunderous growls meet their ears.
From this guy here. From the good pupper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At his feet is a harp.
So we know whoever went through there, and they still think it's Snape,
They do.
that he was playing the harp to get the dog to fall asleep. So
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just put an instrument in the corner of your room and say, all right, play until I fall asleep?
that would be nice.
I feel like we have that already with our phones.
Or the white noise machines.
Or the white noise machines.
Let's see here. Of course, they always tend to go off about 2 seconds before you fall asleep. But
They
anyway.
do. But Audible has a timer, and the Cloud Library, where you can get audiobooks from the library for free. If you sign up with your library card, it has a sleep timer. It's amazing. I love it.
Okay, let's see here. So Fluffy falls asleep the minute you start playing and wakes back up the minute you stop. They open the trapdoor and it leads to a great darkness.
A great darkness. Let's see
You
what
can't
that looks
see-
like.
No way to climb down, just a black hole.
Like that.
Oh, whoa.
Let's see here. Harry volunteers to go first. Let's see here. And he does say that if anything happens to him, don't follow, go straight to Dumbledore.
Or to send Hedwig with a message
Yes.
for Dumbledore. Yes, yes.
But they don't do that.
No, because Harry lands on something soft and tells him it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Let's see. Ron jumps, and what is this thing? Don't know. Some kind of plant thing.
It's a soft landing. That's all
Suppose
they
it's
know.
here to break the fall. Oh, well.
Never trust a plant thing in Harry Potter. Never.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's see here. So Hermione jumps and lands on the plant thing. Lucky this plant thing was here early. Lucky, look at both of you. And she struggles to the far wall. Harry and Ron have already been trapped by long creepers.
I think I would have let Hermione go first.
Ooh.
I think they tried, and she said no. She's smart.
And they remember it's a devil's snare, which is a python-like plant that will wrap you up and suffocate you eventually.
Right, right.
And she tries to remember how to kill it. And poor Hermione has a moment of not being a witch.
Hey, we all have something that is often referred to in my family as a blonde moment.
Yes, I have those.
No matter if you're blonde or not, that's what it's referred to as.
And she's going, devil snare, what did Professor Sprout say about it? Oh my gosh! And Harry's going, so light a fire! Because she says it doesn't like light.
But there's no wood.
Exactly. And Ron's like, are you mad, Hermione? You're a witch! Oh my, come on!
That's one of my favorite lines. Are you a witch or not?
And a witch who's already learned to do several illegal fires by this point.
That's right, that's right.
She's already good at fire.
That's right, right.
So she uses that.
And
Let's see.
whew, all the tentacles cringe away
They do that.
and loosen up. Oh, thank goodness.
And then they notice they're in a stone passageway with only one way to go. Water dripping down the sides and sloping downwards. One never does this in a horror movie. You don't go down the passageway that's dark.
That's dark.
That's right. But they're brave Gryffindors, so of course they journey on.
And they hear a rustling of wings. Or maybe a ghost. They're not sure.
Yeah.
But we find out it might be these.
Jeweled birds is what they called them originally.
That's what they look like.
Yep.
Small jewel bright birds.
Yep. On the other side of the room is a door that is not openable even to Hermione.
So they look around and they finally look up. And Harry thinks, how am I supposed to get them?
But they find out that there are a bunch of keys with wings.
Mm-hmm.
So put 2 and 2 together.
Harry
Maybe
finds
you
the
need
brooms.
key. Yes, and maybe you need a specific key to
And
get
Ron,
through the door.
Ron of all people,
Yes.
figures out.
Mm-hmm.
Ron's a pretty smart cookie in the book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he gets enough credit in the movie.
No, I
No.
don't think so.
And when you're up against the brightest witch of your year, it's a little hard.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
When she blows the curve in every exam, it's a little hard to be normal level smart.
But he figures out that it's probably a big old-fashioned key, the same color as the doorknob.
Which is silver.
Mm-hmm.
Large key with a bent wing. And he's actually right.
Is he there?
there.
All right.
His bent wing
Yep.
Right there at
and
the
light
top.
blue
He points.
wings. So Harry does a slight Quidditch strategy to capture force the key to go where he wants it to go.
Because he's not the youngest seeker in a century for nothing.
Exactly. Exactly.
They capture it and then go into the next chamber, which is filled with a giant chessboard.
Whoa. Mm-mm.
And that's puzzling. Why is there a giant chessboard there?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to play your way across, so thankfully Ron's already good at this.
He's really good at chess.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
So he puts everybody in places
Mm-hmm.
and plays the game until what happens?
They're nearly there. And the White Queen, which is the creepiest part of that movie, the White Queen turns slowly to face
So
him.
slowly.
So
Like-
slowly.
Like, I'm gonna come get you, look.
I would be so terrified. Oh my gosh. Not
Especially
only.
since I think in the movie it was actually I think it was 20 feet tall and actually physically moved
Mm-hmm.
to get the reaction out of, the 11-year-old, 12-year-old Rupert.
I would be terrified.
Ugh.
Super, super terrified.
And he says it is chess, you have to make sacrifices. And if he's allowed to be taken, Harry can checkmate the king.
The king, yes.
That's right, and win the game. So Ron makes the sacrifice, and they win, but they have to leave him for now.
Because he looks as if he's been knocked out.
He
But
does.
They don't even know.
They don't, but
He told them they've got to keep
he
going.
did,
Mhm.
and they've got to save that stone from Snape, maybe.
From Voldemort. From whoever, but mainly
Is
for...
Snape stealing the stone? We got to find out. We got to go.
We don't know.
So we can't stop. We got to keep going. And
Yeah.
then the next room.
Okay, well, Hermione counts off which ones they've done. We've done Sprouts, we've done Flitwick, we've done McGonagall, leaving Defense Against the Dark Arts and Potions.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but they get this stinky, stinky smell.
They do. And what is the cause of that stinky smell?
Oh,
A massive troll
oh.
that
Is
they
it-
cut out of the movies.
Is it the same one from Halloween,
No, I
maybe?
think it was bigger than the
They,
one.
they call it
I
even
think it was-
larger.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh. Yeah.
Of course it's stinky. It's been locked in there the whole time. It hasn't had access to a shower.
That's right. That's right. That's
Well,
right.
We're lucky it might have a bucket.
Right.
And then, let's see,
Thank
there.
goodness it had been knocked out.
Yeah, they
So,
didn't have to worry about that one.
One
Okay.
less thing to think about.
But that just means that whoever got through could handle the troll, so they got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go into what they think is the last room, which will be super frightening, and they're really scared for it. And it's a table with 7 potions.
But it's got fire around it.
It's got, well, the fire comes up on the door that they've
That's
just
right,
come
yeah.
through and shut.
The minute the door closes. But originally they're not scared because it's just 7 potions sitting on a table.
Yes.
And Hermione is so excited. It's just a logic. It's a
puzzle.
logic puzzle.
Yes.
I can picture
Exactly.
Hermione doing logic puzzles.
It takes her, what, 5 minutes?
I don't know, but she.
That was a
thinks
fun
about it for a
Saturday
bit.
night for Hermione.
She says, give her a minute. It probably takes her 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And she's not writing it down. She's doing it mentally.
She is.
Mhm.
How many of you figured it out? Did anyone try to figure it out before
Oh,
Hermione?
boy.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
I had to write it down, I think. I don't think I did it mentally. Elliot apparently says rotten tomatoes for a troll smell.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That and rotten eggs mixed together.
And old gym socks, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Some leftover potion that didn't get put in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So while Hermione is doing this, Harry is wondering what to do. And once she knows which potion it is, he has the idea that he will go ahead and they need to go back and get Dumbledore.
Yeah,
After all
now
this work.
now they decide, well, there's only enough for one more person to go through. And Harry has got to make sure there's an obstacle there so that Snape doesn't get the stone. So he's got to keep going, and there's enough for Hermione to get back, and she can go and make sure Ron's okay.
Exactly.
Because we all know that that's still worrying her to death. And then they go immediately and send Hedwig to Dumbledore. That's the plan.
That's the plan. Yes.
And then let's see. Harry is a great wizard, and he says he's not as good as Hermione.
They have that good heartfelt moment.
Yes. And she says, books and cleverness. There are more important things. Friendship and bravery and, oh, Harry, be careful.
She really cares for her friend. She's terrified for him.
Okay, and then we walk through Flame, and someone's already there. But it's not Snape. It's not even Voldemort.
So before we keep going, do we have any questions from 16?
Which task did you think was the most difficult?
Tell us. Let us know. Which task did you find the most difficult? What about you guys?
I would definitely struggle with the chess.
The
Because
chess?
I don't know any chess. So
I don't either.
I would probably be knocked out.
I used to know chess, and it's been a long time since I played, so Ron would help.
Yep, Ron would help.
Ron
The
would help
logic
with
puzzle
that.
I could probably do with a pencil. I don't know if I could do it mentally.
Right.
The troll. I'll stay in the other room, thanks.
See, and I think I could have handled all that, especially with the help. But the keys, they have wings. They're feathered. They're too much like birds. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Oh, no.
Someone else would have had to do that one for me. I would have had to just stay at the floor and let them handle that.
We do the keys.
There we
help
go.
her out.
There we go. I'll take on the troll if you guys will get the keys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Deal.
And why do the tasks seem to be geared towards Harry and his friends? And were they a little too easy if a first year can get past them?
Well, I wonder, were they geared toward them?
They do seem to be able to do all of them.
They do, but they are extraordinary individuals.
And they probably couldn't have if they were by themselves. They
Right.
would not have been able to do it. But because they used the strengths of all three together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Should they have been slightly harder?
Should they have been harder?
First year can do it through in theory, a fully trained wizard should be.
Well, you would think so, but
wouldn't the idea to make it difficult for a fully trained wizard?
well, everyone believed that Quirrell could not take on the troll on his own, so that one should have thwarted a fully grown wizard. And you got to think they're trying to keep the stone from Voldemort.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a body, or so they
Exactly.
think.
Right.
So maybe they were just gearing it towards him. And McGonagall thought that her chess, she thought they were smarter than that, but she forgot that Harry and Ron have been playing chess nonstop all year. And Elliot says, Elliot thinks The devil's snare is the worst because you have to remember to relax. Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You have to remember to relax in the movie.
Yep.
And I wonder if that would have worked if Hermione had not figured out the fire. I wonder.
Well, I think Ron and Harry were probably just sitting there thinking, oh, this is nice and soft.
Right.
And
were
not
relaxed.
realizing that these tentacles were creeping around them.
And Elliot thinks they should have been harder, but he is glad they weren't. And honestly, that's what we got to look at. We got to look at the big picture. We're kind
Yes.
of glad they weren't that hard
Yes, exactly.
because then you get the story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't Snape. It wasn't even Voldemort.
The man with two faces is.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
It's this one.
Nope, wrong side. That's okay.
Can we see it? Oh, was there another one?
No,
No.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
No.
Just that one.
It's Quirrell.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, and I've got a little bit of beef with Quirrell right here. I do. I've got some beef. I don't care if you're a bad guy. Don't pretend to have a disability or something that is different. If it's not true, be yourself. Even if you're a bad guy, be yourself. Don't pretend to have a stutter. That's just mean. Stutters are real. Sometimes they are brought on by fear. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just something that people have and that makes them different. It's just too easy of a thing to do, is just be yourself.
Exactly.
Don't go out of your way to be somebody else.
That's
Be
right.
the evil villain you are.
And once you have one, they can be horrendously hard to get rid of. What was
Exactly.
it? Colin Firth plays in The
Yes.
King's Speech, and he has said that, having been years since he's done this, he did it purposely for the role.
That's right.
Worked with his sister, who's a speech pathologist, to make a really good one that, didn't, did the emphasis of what he did, yet not, spend 20 takes trying to get it right.
Right.
And even now, every so often, he finds himself stuttering.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't have one. He gained one for the movie role, and even now, he can't. He's just every so often he's like,
That's right.
he gets caught.
One of my best friends in high school, she's one of the smartest, brightest people I know, has a stutter. And it just makes her personality that much bigger. Because she overcomes it every day to get her stuff in order for the day and to get her ideas across.
Right.
So
Exactly. So hats off to everyone who has to cope with that.
hats off to everyone who has to figure out a way
That's
around
like
something
really
that
brave. Yes.
keeps them back
Yes.
and use it to help them get ahead.
Exactly.
And don't
Exactly.
pretend to be something you're not. Be who you are. Be the evil villain you are. That's fine.
Let's see here. Harry thought Snape, and we get the Severus seems the type. He's so useful. I'm swooping around like an overgrown bat.
An overgrown bat. My goodness. That's right, though. That's the description.
Endlessly.
That's why everyone thinks that he's a vampire in the first year.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're pretty sure he could turn into a bat.
I remember I was watching something about one of the movies where Alan Rickman was talking about his costume. And he says that he feels like Snape would have a lot of buttons. So the costume just had a lot of buttons.
Which he apparently, and was multi-layered, which he apparently liked because apparently the set was kept very cold.
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone else is, huddling under blankets, and he's like, I'm good. I've got like 5
Set.
layers on, we're good.
Set.
So this is when Quirrell actually tells Harry that he was the one who was trying to knock him off his broom in the Quidditch match, and it was actually Snape who was trying to rescue him and prevent him from falling off the broom.
That's right, Snape was.
And Harry, can you imagine if you were Harry and you hear this and you keep thinking that, well, Snape was trying to get me off the broom, but then, so your mind must be going, whoop.
Right. Well, I also have another comment from Jessica. She says, I always thought it was because of being intelligent. She's talking about the stutter. My nephew has one, and others I know. So smart. And that's true. My friend is one of the smartest people I know. She's actually a teacher now.
Let's see here. Okay, so Snape trying to save, and that breaks Harry's brain.
Yes.
Um,
And we find out that it was Quirrell who sent the troll.
And then pretended to be afraid of it.
Yes.
That's right. I'm telling you, all the tricks this man has. All the tricks.
Yeah.
But what is he doing? He's standing there in front of
The mirror.
the mirror of Erised.
Yes.
And he says he keeps seeing himself giving the stone to his master, but he can't seem to figure out how to get it. Should he break it? Should he break the mirror?
He can't figure out. He's
And-
trying to think about it.
It's centuries old. It probably doesn't break.
Exactly.
It's a magical mirror, yes.
But Harry doesn't think that. He thinks, I've got to keep him talking so he doesn't figure out where the stone is. So he tries. He keeps talking to him.
He asks why Snape hates him so much. And that's when we find out that Snape and Harry's father loathed each other, but he doesn't want him dead.
He's
Most
not
of the
an
time, he
evil
doesn't want him
teacher.
dead.
He's not an evil teacher. He's just
That's
not
a little
the
debatable.
nicest. Well, he's not evil, but he's not the nicest.
No,
No.
it's
He's just mean. There's a difference between evil and mean.
there are definitely a few that say he's on a power trip to get. I mean, they're 11. He's a full-grown adult.
That's right. That's right. He should be a little bit nicer.
Let's see.
And then Harry says, but I heard you a few days ago sobbing. And he thought that Snape was threatening Quirrell.
But it wasn't
But
Snape.
it wasn't.
It was his master.
It's like, Harry was like, he was in the classroom with you? And he's thinking, now wait a minute. How can this be?
Oh, that's
How
because
can this be?
that's because his master is always with him on the back of his head. And poor Harry, just one thing after another. That's trauma he's dealing with already. But he keeps going.
Yep. He tries once again to get the stone. Try to look in the mirror, and suddenly Quirrell is talking to himself, asking how to get the mirror to work, and a voice answers, coming from Quirrell himself. Use the boy.
And that,
Oh.
well, he's not wrong. Harry does get the stone.
Yep.
Because Harry wants to find it, not use it.
Exactly.
And he lies, which lasts about 2 seconds.
Yeah, he does.
And then the high voice wants to speak to Harry.
And that's when Quirrell takes his turban off. And we see Voldemort
Ooh.
on the back of Quirrell's head,
Oh my gosh.
where it should just be
Hopefully hair.
the backside of a head or hair.
Yes.
But it's not. It's an entire face.
Yeah.
Oh. And it was
Chalk
the-
white with red eyes and a slit for a nose.
So no nose.
Ooh.
No nose.
No nose.
And then Voldemort just has a conversation with Harry like this is a normal day.
Right, right.
Yes.
Good to see you again. How have you been?
Yeah.
Look at my body
Exactly.
here. I'm drinking unicorn blood to keep in here.
Yes.
And Harry keeps talking to him. How brave, after this horrible face is revealed to you and you realize that it's the man who tried to kill you, and he keeps talking to him. He keeps going. He's so brave. And Voldemort tells him that how his parents died. And we won't dwell on that, but he does. He tells him that
Right.
something Harry never knew.
Exactly.
And then what? How does he mess up? How does Voldemort ultimately ruin his own day?
They try to grab Harry.
He tells Quirrell, the Voldemort inside Quirrell, says, "Seize him!"
Mm-hmm.
And what happens?
He starts to get blisters on his hands. And they start burning.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is not what happens in the movie. They're petrified in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie they turn to ash.
They turn to
I
ash.
think they just crumbled.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
turn to ash and crumble, which is a little bit
Honestly,
weird.
they probably had to do that to keep the rating, because I wouldn't have wanted to see the
blisters.
the
and
blisters.
yeah.
It would have been too graphic, especially at that age.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
after the third time, it clicks with Harry that Quirrell could not touch his bare skin. So his only chance is to keep Quirrell in enough pain to stop him from doing the curse.
Exactly.
That's
So I'm
right.
sure Fight or Flight had activated by that point.
And he's so brave. He just goes straight for Quirrell. He's gonna take him down himself, an 11-year-old boy against a full-grown wizard
So
with
he
another
just-
full-grown
he
wizard
just
out of the back of his head.
grabs- Yes, he just grabs his hands and keeps them, holds them against his head, and that's all he remembers. All he remembers is the kill him, kill him.
And somebody calling his name, Harry, Harry.
Yes.
And the next thing we know, we wake up in a hospital bed.
Yep, trying to catch a snitch.
Trying to
It's
catch a
not
snitch.
It's not a snitch.
I'm just
They're not.
imagining Harry laying down, like, reaching for it,
And his arms are too heavy.
and Dumbledore, like, dude, those are my glasses, stop.
And it takes him a minute to come back. He's obviously woken up from quite a long nap.
That's right.
Yep.
And then, like all of us, when we wake up from our long nap, suddenly our brain is on fast forward. And we're like,
And he's going, the stone, the stone, and he's all worried about the stone. It's like,
He is.
Pardon comment.
A true Gryffindor.
It's like, okay, it's okay, it's okay.
And then we find out the head of the hospital wing has ultimate control over everybody.
Yep.
Just like a real medic in the
Yes.
the army.
In the hospital.
If they
Or
decide
in
the
the
general's unfit, the general has no say.
That's right, that's right.
Madame Pomfrey will throw the headmaster out if Harry doesn't stay calm.
That's right. Hats off to Madame Pomfrey, knowing what's best for her patients.
Yes. Yes.
As much as the patients complained.
She knows what's best. She just does. Mind her.
Let's see
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So next to Harry is a table piled high with half a sweet shop. Tokens from friends and admirers. What happened in the dungeons is a complete secret, so naturally the whole school knows.
That's right, that's right. You can't keep secrets in Hogwarts. Everybody's going to find out.
Can't keep secrets in school either.
That's right, that's
Any
right.
school. Fred and George tried to send him well, I have lavatory seat. I believe the American version says toilet seat.
It's a toilet seat, you guys. Tries to send him a toilet seat.
So how did they know Harry was listening? I guess they caught him out of the corner of their eye when he was leaning through the train there.
Maybe, or maybe they just thought it was funny.
To be fair. Or maybe they had discussed several times throughout the year that we don't know about, how to send that toilet seat to Jenny.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
They're going to send a toilet seat to somebody.
Oh,
They
yeah.
took the first opportunity they could.
That's right.
Well, even then it didn't work because she thought it was unhygienic and took it away.
But hey, we got the story.
Exactly.
Let's see. He can't be dissuaded from the stone. And
Dumbledore tells him that he will answer any question.
Oh, but he
Honestly-
destroyed the stone. Remember, he tells Harry that the stone has been destroyed, and Harry, of course, is worried about Nicholas Flamel. So,
That's right.
is he no longer going to be alive? That's what was keeping him alive.
Well, he's been alive for 665 years.
Exactly.
Dumbledore equates it to going to sleep at the end of a long, long day.
Yes. So him and his wife what
Will
was her
settle
name?
their
Perenelle.
affairs. Perenelle, yeah.
Paranel.
Yes. They would settle their affairs, and then that would be it.
They would lead the rest of their peaceful life.
Exactly.
And to be fair, it is probably a long nap because he appears in one of the Fantastic Beasts movies, and they include a scene where someone shakes his hand, and you can hear the bones crunch as his bones have gotten so fragile.
Yeah.
You can hear them break his hand. It's just
So-
like, oh.
So he's probably happy for the rest.
I was watching that in the theater, and you could hear the entire theater go, oh,
Good.
as the bones of his hand. It didn't
Yeah.
obviously hurt him because he's an actor, but they included
Yeah.
the sound of the crunch of the bones.
Ugh.
Yeah, all the theater was like, ooh, okay, please don't do that again. None of us need to hear bone cracking.
No, we're good. We're good.
Let's see, and we discussed that the stone is not really the most wonderful thing. As much money and life as you want. The two things human beings would choose above all. The problem is the two worst things for us.
That's right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Especially if you don't remember eternal youth when you get eternal life.
Right.
There's a Greek goddess that does that. She asks Zeus for eternal life for her husband. Forgot the Eternal Youth.
Oh,
Poor guy gets, I think, more or less bricked up in a wall.
Poor thing.
Like the cast of Amontillado. He just gets shut up in a room and she basically remarries because she's like, sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm going to divorce you and you don't even know who I am anymore. So, gotta remember that Eternal Youth if you ask for eternal life.
Right. Well, Harry has some questions.
Yep.
He asks Dumbledore, and the first thing he asks him, Dumbledore can't tell him why Voldemort wants to kill him.
Exactly.
We'll find out later in another book.
Yes. Yep. But then he asks, why couldn't Quirrell touch him?
And it's because of his mother's love.
Yes. Yes. Even though she's gone, that love has given him protection forever.
That's right.
So, yes.
So hug your mom.
Yes.
And then he asked who sent him the invisibility cloak, who had the loopy handwriting.
And I think Elliot knew the answer to this one.
Yes.
Dumbledore.
Yes.
Dumbledore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Dumbledore had it when James Potter died.
Mm-hmm.
He calls it a useful thing, although James apparently only really used it to sneak food from the kitchen. Use it well. I think we all agreed that was a well use for it.
That was a good use for it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then we said, Quirrell said Snape. Professor Snape, Harry.
Professor
He's
Snape.
still technically your teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Hates me because he hated my father. Is that true? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although James did save Snape's life.
And that's why. He can't get over it.
Yep.
I think it's a pride thing.
Mm-hmm. And then he wonders, how did the stone get out of the mirror to him?
And that is one of Dumbledore's more interesting tricks.
Yes.
Someone who wanted to find it,
But
not
use
use it,
Exactly.
would be able to find it.
There we go.
And then we find out Dumbledore doesn't like Bertie Fott's every flavor beans.
Alas, earwax.
Oh, I know, I love that
It's one of my
line.
favorite lines.
Alas, earwax.
I can't say that word. I cannot say alas without saying earwax afterward.
And
Yeah.
then Harry has to beg Madame Pomfrey to see Ron and Hermione for 5 minutes.
And she's so nice, you guys. She gives them 15.
Yes.
Let's see. They cover everything that happened.
Yep. And they lost the Quidditch match. Gryffindor lost to Ravenclaw because Harry was in the infirmary.
Yes, they were
Right.
one player short.
So
And
they're
there's no reserve seeker.
That's right.
Yep.
So they're not gonna win the House Cup, but
Oh, but what happens too is that Hagrid comes to visit Harry.
and he's so upset because he
He's
felt like it was his
crying.
fault.
Oh, exactly. Poor Hagrid.
Poor Hagrid. But Harry tells him, he's like, ultimately all of this was Voldemort's fault, pretty much.
Yeah, which
But
is
Hagrid does bring a gift to help make up for it.
He sure does. He does. He had called or he had sent owls to all of Harry's parents'
Yes.
old school friends to get pictures because Harry didn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
So now he has a photo album with his parents and he
That's
can see
right.
them anytime he wants instead
Yep.
of having to go and find the Mirror of Erised.
Yep.
Exactly.
And in the movie, the first picture is the three of them together. Harry is a
Mhm.
baby. And his mom and dad.
And you gotta hope that he actually did get that picture.
You hope so.
Yeah.
No crying.
Ah,
No crying.
Let's
No.
see. He was late to the feast.
But he got to go. He got to go.
Yeah.
And here's that picture.
Decked
he
out
kept-
in Slytherin colors of green and silver.
Well,
Yeah, we'll just.
yeah.
Another year gone. House Cup needs awarding. Gryffindor 312. Hufflepuff 342. Ravenclaw 426. And Slytherin 472.
That's right.
And Draco Malfoy was banging his goblet on the table. Come on.
That's some enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Can't even be a graceful winner. I mean,
Yeah.
But we're not announcing winners yet because recent events must be taken into account, says Dumbledore.
Ooh.
And what does he do?
He says, I have a few last-minute points to dish out. Let me see. First, to Mr. Ronald Weasley, for the best played game of chess Hogwarts has seen in many years, I award Gryffindor House 50 points.
Well,
So
Ron
now they're-
goes the color of a radish.
Oh, yes.
Poor Ron.
Poor Ron.
Oh,
And
then,
a redhead, that blush shows well.
Yes.
Do you know?
Just a little bit. It's known when you blush.
And then second, to Miss Hermione Granger, for the use of cool logic in the face of fire, I award Gryffindor House 50 points.
That's 100 points.
Yep. You kind of wonder if the other houses are going, in the face of fire.
Like,
What?
wait, what?
Is he talking metaphysically here?
But they know because everybody knows what happened down there at this point.
That's right,
That's
that's right.
It just sounds like
Third.
one of those things you would just say, just as a, rather than there's actually fire she's up against.
Yeah, yeah.
Third to Mr. Harry Potter, said Dumbledore. The room went deadly quiet. For pure nerve and outstanding courage, I award Gryffindor House 60 points.
Whoa.
The din was deafening. Oh my goodness. So now they had exactly the same amount as Slytherin.
They were tied. If
were
only they
tied.
had given a couple more points.
And Dumbledore raised his hand. The room gradually fell silent. There are all kinds of courage, said Dumbledore, smiling. Takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies,
Right, Elliot?
but just as much to stand up to our friends. I therefore award 10 points to Mr. Neville Longbottom.
Woo! Neville!
Oh my goodness! Woo!
Gryffindor wins!
Yay!
And then what we all wish we could do, clap our hands, and the decor changes.
Yep. Yep. We go from
There
the
we go.
sky
to
to
the sky. Woohoo!
Let's see. Snape is shaking McGonagall's hand with a forced smile, and he catches Harry's eye, and Harry knew at once the feelings had not changed. Didn't worry, Harry. Life was back to normal at Hogwarts.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Hogwarts
right.
normal life.
If anything could be normal at Hogwarts.
And then their exam results show up.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
And both he and Ron had passed with good marks.
Yay!
So they were surprised, but very happy about that.
And Hermione knew.
Of course.
Even Neville scraped through.
Yes.
Everybody made it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Let's see here.
Hagrid takes them back to the station.
Yep.
They go back to King's Cross.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Dursley is there to pick Harry up.
I'm sure he's very happy.
Super, super. And what is it that Ron says right there at the end?
Well, he says, have a
You
good
must come and stay this summer.
Yes.
Yes.
He invites both Hermione and Harry.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then at the very end, he says, hope you have a really good holiday. Looking kind of suspiciously at Vernon. And Harry says, I will. And a grin spread across his face. They don't know we're not allowed to use magic.
So
Which
Harry,
is interesting, because Petunia should know.
she
but-
should, but she pretends that she doesn't know anything about the wizarding
Right.
world.
right.
Because that has so saved her.
Right, right.
And maybe her sister never told her about that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And that is the end of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You guys, I had so much fun talking about all this. We've got a couple more questions from chapter 17, the very last one. What are those questions?
Did you guess Quirrell was going to be the one after the stone?
Who knew? Did you know? Did you know it was Quirrell?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was Snape the first time I read it. I remember
I
the
know.
whole time I
Yep.
thought it was Snape.
Mm-hmm. I did not know it was Quirrell.
I
Nope.
think it's obvious in hindsight, because he's so centered on Snape.
That's
but
right.
At the
I
time,
don't
you
know.
don't think that.
And all the clues were there. Quirrell was the one who tried to break into Gringotts because he was there the same day as Harry.
Mhm. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pearl was the only one not at the feast when the
Troll got
troll
it.
got out.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see here. After all that work, Wood still lost the House Cup. Should they have not have played? Should they have just forfeited? Would they have gotten a better score? Then what was it? The worst defeat they had in 300 years or something?
Honestly, I think I would have forfeited because that's how Ravenclaw got all their extra points.
Yeah.
True.
I guess it depends if it carries through or not.
That's right.
Because some leagues that, the points
Right.
carry through,
Yeah.
they add up to a mass league at 3 or 4 years.
And Elliot's with me thought it was Snape too. I know, that's what she tries to make us think.
Exactly.
It's okay that we were fooled. That's what we were supposed to think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you guys, we've got some prizes to give out. Is everyone ready? Do you want to give me those 2
Yes.
boxes right there and I'll show you guys what we've got? Alright, so we've got in these Harry Potter boxes that I have taped to make sure that nothing gets out here. I'll set it on my lap. So if you have interacted with us in any way in our live streams, your name has been entered. Do you want to show the jar?
Yeah.
Your name has been entered into this jar for 3 prizes. We're drawing 3 prizes. If I can get the box open. There we go. So in one box we have a tiny 3D printed Norbert. Tiny dragon. And we have the book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So we'll draw for that one first. Margaret, you want to shake it up and let Katie draw?
Shake.
Shake.
Need a cat paw in there.
Yeah, I need the cat paw to reach in.
Don't look. Who is it? Kristen Blair Watkins. Kristen, thank you. You have won the book
All right.
and the dragon. All right, so we've got another one here. I've taped these up well. So this one is for, I've taped them up very well. Another 3D printed dragon.
Woohoo!
Miss Annie with the steam engine 3D printed these for us. And Albus Dumbledore's milk chocolate wand.
Whoa!
All right,
All
so
right.
do you guys want to do another one?
Pull?
Yeah, there you go. Margaret, you draw the name this time.
Yeah, we need a cat paw.
All right.
Kaniki Head, thank you so much. You have won the
Yay.
dragon and
The chocolate
wand.
Woo!
And then we have one last prize from Hortons. It's a huge prize bag. We're not going to open it because it's so sealed so well. But I'm going to shake these up really, really good. And let's see here. Who we got? Holly Presnell. Holly,
Woo!
thank you so much for hanging out with us, you guys. All right, so to pick these up, I'm going to put your name right there, Holly.
There we go.
To grab your prizes, all you have to do is call the library. And we are open Monday through Saturday, 9:30 to 5 p.m. So just give us a call. Let us know that you are on your way or that you are in the parking lot to get your prize. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Let us know if this is something that you would like to continue later in the future. And we might revisit the idea and see about bringing it back. But for now, thank you so much for hanging out with us for summer reading. Thank you guys. Thank you, Hortons, for being with us and allowing us to do this with you guys.
Welcome.
Well, thank you for allowing us to be with you.
Absolutely. I had so much fun, you guys.
And thank you to everybody out there. We appreciate it so much
So much.
because this is fun.
It's so much fun. So let us know if it's something that you would like to continue. Let us know in the comments. Send us messages. Email us.
Cool. Whatever.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, we will see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
All right. Jill, how about so I can go?
Jessica says thank you.
Absolutely. We're so glad you guys hung out with us.